the first example, right, in simplest form. So here, these are just ratios. They're just, it's comparing this number to this number. Now, they look like fractions, but they can also be, you can also think of these numbers, the top number, the bottom number, as ratios. Okay, so it's like division. Now, to write this in simplest form, 12 over 36, I can look for a common factor. Now, the greatest common factor is 12, right? Because 12 goes into 12 here, and 12 goes into 36. Now, if you want, you can, if you don't see that 12 is the biggest factor, you can just look for any factor. Because 12 and 36 have a lot of common factors. So if you want, you can just divide the 2 first, and then just keep making the number smaller. You can divide this by 4, okay? Divide that by 3. So since I know that 12 is my biggest factor, I'm going to divide this by 12. And then divide this by 12. Whenever I'm going to simplify, then I need to divide both the top number and the bottom number by the same number, right? So the same factor. So this is 1 over 36 divided by 12 is 3. Now this is saying that the ratio of 12 to 36 is the same as 1 to 3. So then they are the same ratio. Okay, they're equivalent. They're the same. This next one, I know because this is this ends in a 0 and this ends in a 5, that they're both divisible by 5. So I'm going to take 30 divided by 5. 35 divided by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then 35 divided by 5 is 7. So this is simplest form. That means the ratio of 6 to 7 is the same as 30 to 35. Okay, same thing here. Let's divide this by, now again, if you just see any common factor, you can just keep dividing until you get simplest form. Or if you find the greatest factor, that would be the fastest way. But let's say that we wanted to just divide this by 2 because I just noticed that they're both even. That's not the greatest factor, but let's just do that first. So I'm going to divide both the top and the bottom by 2. And this is going to be 8 over 12. Well, this is still not simplest form because they're both even still. So 4 or maybe 2 if you just notice that they're both even numbers. But from these two, the greatest factor is 4. So let's just divide them by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2 over 3. Okay, and that would be simplest form. Now for this, let's see. This is not an odd or even number, so I know that 2 is not going to go into them. If I add these two together, 5 plus 1, that's 6. 6 is a multiple of 3. This bottom one, 1 plus 9, that is, 9 is a multiple of 3, so I know that 3 is can go into both of these. I'm going to divide this one by 3, divide this one by 3. Okay, so 51 divided by 3. If you don't know what that is, you can always just divide it. So 51 divided by 3, 1. Okay, subtract the number, bring this down. So that'll be 17 over, and then 18 divided by 3, so 3 times what equals 18? That is 6. Okay, so that would be simplest form. Okay. Next example.